5 Lexus SUVs. 5 very different ways to spend between $47,000 and over $100,000. Lexus promises luxury, refinement, and reliability in every single one, but the differences between them are massive. One of them is the fastest Lexus SUV ever built. One is a luxury off-road beast that tows over 9,000 pounds. And one is so practical it almost doesn't feel like a Lexus. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is right for you. The Lexus SUV lineup for 2026 covers more ground than most people realize. You've got the RZ, a fully electric compact that just got a major upgrade. The RX, the brand's best-selling luxury SUV, now with a new appearance package. The GX, a serious off-road machine wrapped in premium leather. The LX, Lexus's full-size flagship with twin-turbo power and 7 seats. And the TX, a family 3-row built on the same platform as the Toyota Grand Highlander, wearing luxury clothes. Same badge, completely different purposes. We'll go through each one, what it does exceptionally well, where it has real limitations, and who it's genuinely built for. Then at the end, we'll give the honest verdict on which one delivers the best value for the Lexus premium you're paying. Let's start with the most forward-thinking one in the lineup. Number 1, 2026 Lexus RZ. The 2026 Lexus RZ is a completely different proposition than what Lexus launched a couple of years ago. The original RZ was a decent luxury SUV wrapped around a mediocre EV. Not enough range, not enough power. In a segment full of increasingly capable electric rivals, it was falling behind. For 2026, Lexus addressed both of those complaints directly, and the result is an electric compact SUV that can finally compete. Start with the base model, now called the RZ350e. It's a front-wheel drive single-motor setup making 221 horsepower. That's 20 more than the previous version. More importantly, the upgraded battery pack now delivers an EPA-rated range of 301 miles. That's an increase of 34 miles over last year. For buyers who have been held back from going electric because of range anxiety, 301 miles is a real answer to that concern. The mid-tier RZ450e gets dual motors for all-wheel drive and 308 horsepower. It previously struggled with range, but for 2026 that number has jumped to 264 miles, 40 more than before. 0 to 60 is estimated by Lexus at 4.9 seconds. And then there's the one that changes the conversation entirely, the all-new RZ550e F Sport. This is the performance flagship of the RZ lineup, and it is genuinely fast. Dual motors, all-wheel drive, 402 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat. The quarter mile in 12.7 seconds at 107 miles per hour. For a Lexus SUV, those are remarkable numbers. The F Sport also brings a rear spoiler, a revised front grille, 20-inch wheels, unique interior materials, and paddle shifters with an M mode that simulates gear changes to give the driver more of a connected performance feel. EPA-rated range on the 550e is 229 miles, the trade-off for the larger, more powerful motor setup. One of the most significant changes across the entire 2026 RZ lineup is the charging setup. Every RZ now comes with an NACS North American Charging Standard port. That means every RZ can charge at Tesla Superchargers, which is the largest and most reliable fast-charging network in the country. An upgraded 11-kilowatt onboard AC charger also speeds up home and public Level 2 charging. Lexus says the RZ can go from 10 to 80% on a DC fast charger in around 30 minutes. Inside, the RZ is exactly what you'd expect from a Lexus, simplified, premium, and thoughtfully assembled. Most surfaces are wrapped in faux suede or synthetic leather. The dashboard is clean and uncluttered, with a large 14-inch infotainment display handling most controls via touch and voice commands. A digital gauge cluster and a head-up display are both included. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. The second row is genuinely spacious, good knee-room, sufficient headroom, comfortable for 3 adults. Cargo is where the RZ's teardrop roofline creates a trade-off. 8 carry-on suitcases behind the rear seats, 25 with the seats folded. That's functional but not class-leading. Rivals like the Audi Q6 e-tron offer more space. Efficiency numbers for the RZ350e reach 136 mpge city and 115 mpge highway, among the best in the luxury electric compact class. Pricing starts at $47,395 and goes up to $58,395. The RZ550e F Sport sits at the top of that range at around $58,295 before options. The 2026 RZ is the recommendation for luxury buyers who are ready to go fully electric and want a vehicle that genuinely justifies the Lexus premium, not just in materials, but in real-world performance and usability. The NACS port alone removes one of the last remaining barriers to EV ownership for most buyers. The RZ finally got its act together, and the timing couldn't be better. Number 2, 2026 Lexus RX. The Lexus RX has been the brand's best-selling model for years, and it's not hard to understand why. It delivers a velvet ride, a genuinely upscale interior, and Lexus's reputation for long-term build quality, all wrapped in a compact SUV package that works in the city, on the highway, and everywhere in between. For 2026, the changes are modest. A new appearance package arrives for the F-Sport handling trim, adding blacked-out exterior trim, black 21-inch 5-spoke wheels, and orange brake calipers for buyers who want a more aggressive look. And wireless charging is now standard across the entire lineup, no longer optional. Beyond that, the RX is largely the same vehicle it was, and for most buyers, that's perfectly fine. Under the hood is a 275 horsepower turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive is standard, all-wheel drive is optional. 0 to 60 is estimated at around 7 seconds, not quick by performance standards, but smooth and confidence-inspiring in everyday driving. The RX will not excite a driving enthusiast. The suspension is tuned soft, the steering is light, and the whole experience is deliberately serene. But if a drama-free velvety ride is higher on the priority list than cornering confidence, and for most luxury SUV buyers, the RX delivers exactly what's promised. EPA fuel economy lands at 22 city and 29 highway for front-wheel drive models. All-wheel drive drops that slightly to 21 and 28. Towing capacity is 3,500 pounds with the optional tow package, matching rivals like the Mercedes-Benz GLC class and Volvo XC60. The interior is where the RX earns its price tag. The design is modern and polished, textured fabric on the upper door panels, rich ambient lighting, and open-pore wood trim that looks and feels genuinely upscale. The front seats are among the most comfortable in the compact luxury SUV class, and long highway drives feel genuinely effortless. The second row is adequately spacious for a compact SUV. A 40-20-40 split folding rear bench makes it practical for loading longer cargo through the cabin. Cargo space is generous. 11 carry-on suitcases fit behind the rear seats and 25 with the seats folded. That's a competitive result. Infotainment starts with a 9.8-inch touchscreen angled toward the driver. A larger 14-inch screen is optional and worth considering. It makes the already good interface even more usable. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Navigation and a head-up display are optional on lower trims. Pricing runs from $52,375 to $63,095. That's a meaningful premium over mainstream 3-row alternatives, but the RX isn't competing with mainstream. It's competing with the BMW X3, the Mercedes GLC, and the Volvo XC60. In that company, the RX holds its own in comfort, build quality, and refinement. Where it falls slightly short is outright driving engagement and the length of its complementary maintenance. Just 1 year or 10,000 miles, while BMW and Volvo offer longer terms. The RX is the right choice for buyers who want a proven, refined, genuinely luxurious compact SUV and who don't need 3 rows, off-road capability, or electric range. It's the safe choice. It's also usually the correct one. Number 3, 2026 Lexus GX. The 2026 Lexus GX is one of the most interesting vehicles in the entire luxury SUV segment because it successfully does 2 things that almost never coexist: genuine off-road capability and genuine luxury. Most vehicles that try to do both end up doing neither particularly well. The GX manages the balance better than almost anything else at its price point. It shares its bones with the recently redesigned Toyota Land Cruiser. But where the Land Cruiser uses a hybrid 4-cylinder, the GX gets something considerably more muscular. A twin-turbocharged 3.4-liter V6 engine makes 349 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission and standard 4-wheel drive across the entire lineup. 0 to 60, 6.2 seconds at the test track. That's a full second quicker than the previous generation GX managed, and it's faster than the Land Cruiser's 7.7-second effort. Towing capacity is where the GX genuinely separates itself from the luxury class. Up to 9,096 pounds. That's more than the Audi Q7, more than the BMW X5, and nearly 2,600 pounds more than the previous GX 460 could manage. Fuel economy is the honest trade-off. 15 city, 21 highway from the EPA. In real-world highway testing at 75 miles per hour, the GX 550 Premium returned exactly 21 miles per gallon, matching its EPA estimate. This is not a fuel efficiency story. This is a capability story. The Overtrail and Overtrail Plus trims are where the GX earns its reputation as a genuine off-road machine. These models come equipped from the factory with 18-inch wheels wrapped in 33-inch all-terrain tires, an aluminum skid plate, and an adaptive suspension system called EKDSS, the Electronic Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System, that can independently disconnect the front or rear anti-roll bars. This dramatically improves wheel articulation, reduces head toss over rough terrain, and increases traction on technical trails. A crawl control feature manages throttle and braking automatically on low-speed descents. A 2-speed transfer case with low-range gearing is standard on all GX models. Off-road visibility is excellent thanks to the tall, boxy body. Drivers can see the terrain ahead clearly when navigating tight trails. It's the kind of detail that matters when you're picking a line through rocks or across a wash. Inside, the GX offers a genuinely luxurious environment. Leather upholstery, Lexus's 14-inch infotainment display, a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and 6 USB-C ports spread throughout. An optional 21-speaker Mark Levinson surround sound system is available for audiophiles who want concert hall audio on the trail. Premium and luxury trims offer 3 rows with seating for up to 7, though the third row is tight, and the Overtrail trim drops the third row entirely to maximize interior versatility for 5 passengers. In cargo testing, the GX Overtrail held 18 carry-on bags behind the second row and 33 with the rear seats folded. One practical note: the cargo floor sits high off the ground, making loading heavy items slightly awkward. Pricing starts at $67,835 and goes up to $84,300 depending on trim. For buyers choosing between the GX Overtrail and the top Overtrail Plus, the latter adds the Mark Levinson audio, a head-up display, and digital key among other features. The 2026 Lexus GX is the answer for buyers who want to go genuinely off-road, not occasionally, but seriously, without giving up the comfort, tech, and prestige of a luxury brand. Nothing else at this price point does both as well. Number 4. 2026 Lexus LX. If the GX is Lexus's capable off-roader in luxury clothing, the LX is the brand's ultimate statement. A full-size, 3-row, body-on-frame flagship SUV that makes no apologies for its size, its price, or its presence. The 2026 Lexus LX 600 is for buyers who want the very best that Lexus builds, full stop. Power comes from a twin-turbocharged 3.4-liter V6, the same engine family used in the GX. But in the LX it produces 409 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. That's paired with a 10-speed automatic and standard 4-wheel drive with a locking center differential and low-range gearing. 0 to 60, 6.1 seconds. The quarter mile in 14.6 seconds at 96 miles per hour. That's genuinely quick for a vehicle that weighs nearly 6,000 pounds and seats up to 7 people. Though it's worth noting that V8 competitors like the BMW X7 M60i and the Mercedes-Benz GLS 580 are faster. If outright acceleration is the priority, those are the alternatives to consider. Towing capacity is a robust 8,000 pounds across all LX 600 models. Fuel economy, as expected from a vehicle this large and powerful. 17 city, 22 highway from the EPA. Real-world 75 mph highway testing returned 21 miles per gallon. The interior of the LX 600 is where the flagship status truly shows. Quilted leather upholstery, a leather-wrapped dashboard, and genuine wood trim create an atmosphere that's unmistakably first-class. The front seats offer built-in heating, and the driver's seat adds ventilation. Massage functions are available as an option. The dashboard features 3 separate displays, an 8-inch screen for the gauge cluster, a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen in the center, and a separate 7-inch panel dedicated to climate and vehicle controls. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, as is a head-up display. The optional 25-speaker Mark Levinson stereo, standard on the top luxury trim, is one of the finest audio systems available in any SUV at any price. The second row features a 3-across heated bench as standard, with ventilation available. The third row, while present, has short seat cushions and limited headroom. It's functional but not the best in class. Cargo tells a nuanced story. With all 3 rows occupied, there's only 11 cubic feet behind the third row, just enough for a few soft bags. Fold the third row flat into the floor and that opens up to 44 cubic feet. In testing, the LX held 16 carry-on suitcases in the cargo bay. It's a vehicle that prioritizes passenger comfort over cargo versatility, which is the right trade-off for its intended buyer. And for all its luxury, the LX 600 does have genuine off-road capability, a four-wheel drive system with low-range gearing, a locking center differential, and multiple terrain modes. Most buyers will never explore those limits. But for buyers who travel to remote areas or simply want the peace of mind that comes with true four-wheel capability, it's there. One important note, Lexus also offers the LX 700h, a hybrid variant with additional horsepower and an ultra-luxury four-seat interior configuration for the chauffeured market. If the LX 600 at its base price feels like enough, that hybrid adds another tier above it. Pricing for the LX 600 starts at $88,245 and can climb well past $100,000 in fully loaded luxury ultra configuration. The LX 600 is not trying to compete with the BMW X7 on driving dynamics or the Range Rover on cachet. It's offering something different: Lexus reliability, Japanese precision build quality, and genuine full-size luxury at a price point that undercuts the European flagship competition in most configurations. For the buyer who wants the biggest, most capable, most opulent Lexus, this is the answer. Number 5. 2026 Lexus TX. The 2026 Lexus TX is the newest member of the Lexus SUV family, and it's built for one specific buyer: the family that wants a genuine three-row luxury SUV with real space in every row without crossing into full-size territory. Here's the important context: the TX is built on the same platform as the Toyota Grand Highlander, same wheelbase, similar proportions. But the TX wraps that practical foundation in Lexus premium materials, a more sophisticated interior, and a longer warranty. It's a meaningful upgrade, not just a rebadge. The TX 350 is powered by a 275 horsepower turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder paired with an 8-speed automatic. Front-wheel drive is standard, with all-wheel drive available across the lineup. 0 to 60, 7.1 seconds for the front drive model. That's average for the class. The TX 350 doesn't pretend to be sporty. What it does pretend to be and actually deliver is quiet, comfortable, and unhurried. The ride quality is smooth. The cabin noise levels are impressively low. It is exactly the kind of driving experience a luxury-oriented family buyer is looking for. And for buyers who want more performance, Lexus offers TX hybrid models reviewed separately, including a plug-in hybrid TX 550h Plus that cuts the 0 to 60 time to around 5.2 seconds. Fuel economy for the TX 350, 21 city and 27 highway from the EPA with front-wheel drive. On the real-world 75 mph highway test, the front-drive TX 350 delivered an impressive 31 miles per gallon, outperforming its EPA estimate by a meaningful margin. Maximum towing, 5,000 pounds. The interior is where the TX justifies every dollar of its premium over the Grand Highlander. Up front, the seats are cushy, heated, and leather-wrapped. The commanding view out the windshield is exactly what SUV buyers expect. The 14-inch infotainment touchscreen, standard on every TX, is responsive and well-integrated, with built-in navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a wireless charging pad all included. The second row can be configured as a three-person bench, or on certain trims, as a pair of heated and ventilated captain's chairs. Both setups are roomy and comfortable for adults. The third row, and this is worth emphasizing, is genuinely usable by grown adults. The seatbacks recline. Headroom and legroom are adequate. It's not the most spacious third row available, but it's a genuine seat, not just a children's-only penalty box. An optional 21-speaker Mark Levinson stereo and head-up display are available for buyers who want the full luxury experience. Cargo capacity is one of the TX's genuine strengths. 20 cubic feet behind the third row, 5 carry-on suitcases. Fold that row down and you get space for 18. Stow both rear rows and the number jumps to 38. Those are strong numbers for a three-row luxury SUV, rivaling vehicles significantly more expensive. Practicality details matter here too. The TX comes standard with a kick-under-to-open power liftgate, hands-full convenience when unloading after a grocery run or a road trip. Heated front seats and a heated steering wheel are standard. Wireless charging comes out of the box on every trim. Warranty coverage is competitive. 4 years or 50,000 miles on the limited warranty, and 6 years or 70,000 miles on the powertrain. Complimentary scheduled maintenance covers 1 year or 10,000 miles. Pricing runs from $58,290 to $67,560 for the standard TX 350. That's a significant premium over the Toyota Grand Highlander, but it buys a meaningfully upgraded interior experience, Lexus's dealer network and ownership experience, and that longer powertrain warranty. The TX is the right choice for family buyers who are ready to step into the luxury segment but don't want to go full flagship. It offers everything a family needs in a 3-row SUV: real space, practical cargo, comfortable third-row seating, and excellent tech, with a Lexus interior that genuinely elevates the experience over the mainstream competition. So which Lexus should you actually buy? 5 Lexus SUVs, 5 very different answers. Here's where everything lands. The RZ is the buy for EV-ready luxury buyers who want performance, especially in the new 550EF Sport form. The NACS charging port and 301-mile range on the base model have removed the last major objections. This is finally a competitive electric luxury SUV. The RX is the right choice for buyers who want a refined, quiet, proven luxury compact SUV and have no need for 3 rows or off-road capability. It's the best-selling Lexus for a reason, and it continues to earn that position through sheer consistency. The GX is for the buyer who takes the road less traveled literally. 9,000 pounds of towing capacity, EKDSS suspension technology, available 33-inch all-terrain tires, and a genuinely premium cabin. Nothing at this price point does both luxury and off-road capability as well. The LX is the flagship for buyers who want the biggest, most powerful, most opulent Lexus available, with full-size presence, 7 seats, and 8,000 pounds of towing capacity. It's a significant investment. It delivers a significant return. And the TX is the family decision. If the priority is a practical, comfortable, real-world 3-row luxury SUV with a usable 3rd row and excellent cargo space, at a price that doesn't reach full flagship territory, the TX is the honest, correct answer for most family buyers looking at the Lexus lineup. Every one of these vehicles carries the Lexus standard for build quality, long-term reliability, and ownership experience. The question was never whether to trust the brand. It was which tool the brand built for your life. Now you know. Which Lexus would you choose? Comment below and subscribe for more like this.